Okay, good morning, class. So, our first topic will be the general principle of taxation. So, we have number one, the kind of tax, and the definition of powers. So, what are the kind of tax? So, we have as to instance of the tax rates, as the purpose, as that levels, as matter, as the relation to tax rate to the tax base, and as the posing that. The number one here has been talked and considered. So we have two types. We have direct tax and indirect tax. So once is direct tax, the taxpayer will directly pay the tax. Meanwhile, on indirect tax, the seller, as you can see here in this photo, the seller, the incidence, will pass the value added tax to the buyer. So the end buyer will bear the burdens of tax. So, kung naalala nyo, yung VAT po is nakapasa-pasa. Next, we have custom tax space. And we have specific tax and ad valorem tax. And say specific tax. These are based on volume or quantity, so it will be measurable on the amount. And the tax base will be the volume or the measurement. Okay? So we have here the specific tax, the petroleum, tobacco, paper products, cigarette, wines, and more. And ad valorem tax naman with the automobiles, invasive cosmetic surgery, and specific plus ad valorem that can have cigars and distilled spirits. Now, as you can see, the ad valorem tax, again, is based on the volume. So when you say volume, you say, sorry, ad valorem tax is based on the value. When you say a value, for example, yung land property, yung value ng property, that will be the fair market value or the selling price or the excess value. This will be the amount for the basis of tax. Okay? So this will be based on the value. Next, we have revenue or fiscal tax and sanctuary or regulatory tax. So when you say revenue, then yung purpose po again ng taxation is that to earn revenue in order for them to serve the people. And regulatory tax, it's about the police power. It means that there will be general wealth tax people. Next, we have as the object or subject matter. We have personal capitation tax. Ito po yung sinabi ko noon na cedula. So you have the right to live in the community if you have a cedula. And property tax naman, it is based on the property itself. Now, we will tax the property. If you own a property, it will be taxable. And excise or privilege tax, if you have right to income, if you have right to earn an income, right to live, right to pass the tax, right to buy, and anything you have the right, it will be taxed. Okay? When you have a privilege to earn privilege of something, the government will impose a tax. Now, as the relation of tax rate to tax base, we have proportional tax and progressive tax and regressive. So when we say proportional tax, it is the amount of percentage, kumbaga fixed lang siya. For example, 6%, 12% lang, wala nang other classification, it will be just one amount of percentage. For example, yung real property tax, ilan ng percentage niya, that is 6%. Yung pagpasa ng lupa, excise tax, that is 6%. How about value-added tax, 12%. So, kumbaga, fixed lang and one lang yung percentage lang ng tax rate. How about progressive tax? Okay, progressive tax, these are the graduated table. Ang graduated table po, di ba? Kung napapansin nyo, we have 15%, 20%, 25%, 30%, and 35% depending on the income we have. Kumbaga, we are following the classification of income. And we have regressive tax. Ito naman po yung pabaliktad, di ba? Pabaliktad yung amount. For example, nagsimula sa 35% if you have 250,000 to 400,000 plus 35, 30, 25%, 30%, and 15%. Okay. Kumbaga magka-opposite lang po ito na regressive tax and progressive tax. They are opposite each other. And alin dito yung anti-poor? It's the regressive tax. This is the anti-poor system. And in the Philippines, we are following the progressive tax. Now, as to imposing authority, we have national tax and local tax. So, when we say national tax, these are taxes that we pay on the national government. For example, yung value-added tax. The tax there will be collected by LTO and it will pass on the national government, and the national government will segregate or hati-hatiin niya yun, pondo na yun para sa buong Pilipinas. However, sa local tax, the taxes collected will be specific on the city or province yan. Ano yung nakolekta nila, doon lang mismo sa province na yun. Kasi national tax, yung pag-serve nila sa people will be over the country. Next, we have introduction to taxation and inherent powers. Again, we have three inherent power of the state and similarities of inherent powers. Number one, inherent powers. Again, the police power, determinant limit, and taxation. When we say police power, these are power of promoting public welfare by restraining and regulating the use of liberty and property. So, for example, di ba, kapag marami na yung taong nagsisigarilyo, the government will impose tax on the cigarette, increasing its selling price so that the people will choose better option to live a healthy life instead of putting their money on the cigarette. So that is promoting a public welfare and by restraining and regulating the use of liberty and property. For example, if there are a lot of mga business na about mga business na about mga gimmick rin sa bar, no? So, if marami naman, the government can take that property para stop na rin yung ganong addiction. Okay? Next, we have eminent domain. So, we have taking of private property for public use and with payment of just compensation. So, here, ang mangyari po dyan is that, for example, the government has a road widening. So, if the house you have, the property you have is affected by the project, it will be taken by the government with in consideration of the compensation. The government will pay you a just compensation for the property they have taken. Then, next we have taxation. So, when we say taxation naman, it is the inherent power of the state to collect. So, when we say inherent power, why? Because, again, we have the theory of lifeblood doctrine theory. And when we say lifeblood doctrine theory, the government and agencies continue to operate. Taxes are essential to its very existence. Prompt and certain availability is an embraced need, and it's because of necessity theory. So, just take note, diba? When the people cannot live without blood, and if you're going to define the government by flood doctrine, the government cannot exist without the taxes. So think of it that the taxes are the blood and the government will cannot live without that. No. So they cannot serve the people, they cannot earn much revenue if they don't collect enough taxes. So when we say necessity theory, so without the taxes, the government cannot fulfill its duties and mandate of promoting the general welfare and well-being of the people, because if they don't have money at the first place, how can they serve the people if they don't have the power? Okay, what we have manifestation naman, there is no injection rule, there is no constitutional grant needed, strict construction of tax refund. So the inherent power can stand itself, it's independent on the state. So it is not affected by the injection rule, constitutional, and others. Right? Now we have, okay, so taxation, there is what we call the enforced proportional money contribution. When we say enforced, this is mandatory. Taxation is mandatory, and non-compliance with law is dealt with two things. There is civil penalties and criminal penalties. And non-payment of taxes naman, there are three ways you can do when you are categorized by non-payment taxes. There is tax evasion, tax avoidance, and tax exemption. So when we say tax evasion, these are illegal because the business here will understate the net income. No? Pinapababa nila yung net income. Once they represent this income to the BIR, they will pay less taxes, diba? So, kung mapapansin nyo diba sa graduated table, the higher the tax, the higher the income, the higher the tax. So, ang ginagawa nila dito is to lessen their net income. Dinadayet nila yung net income nila para pag ang babayaran nila is liliit na lang. So, this is considered illegal. So, when you say tax avoidance naman, these are illegal naman because we are trying to reduce the taxes in a legal way. For example, you are able to choose 8% or 40% optional standard deduction, which will be better if you use 8% for the optional standard deduction, which way will lessen the taxes you will pay. So, ganun po yung ginagawa sa tax avoidance. And the summary here, as you can see, we have organization, tax-free exchanges, and tax. There are two ways now. There's reorganization and tax-free exchanges. Now, next we have proportional, a principle of sound tax system. Okay, I know you are familiar with this fiscal efficacy, where the sources of revenue must be adapted to meet the government expenditure and their variation. So the government should collect enough taxes in order for them to meet their government expenditures. And once they meet their government expenditures, they can serve the people through the money they collected. And administratively, the tax system should be capable of being effectively and administered and enforced with the least inconvenience to the taxpayer. Kumbaga, pinapalali na lang yung system and the government will have no hindrance of collecting the taxes. And theoretical justice naman, when you say theoretical justice, this is the rule of taxation shall be uniform and equitable, and the Congress shall evolve a progressive system of taxation. Diba sabi ko sa inyo, the government are following the progressive system because the higher the income, the higher the tax. So, the government will try to reduce the inequality in the society. Okay? So what are the levied by lawmaking body in order to raise the revenues? You have the branches of government. You have number one, the legislative and executive and judicial. So when you say legislative, these are the houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. Kaya saan po nanggagaling yung batas talaga originally? So, originally, galing po yung batas sa House of Representatives, and then the Senate will support the law and will agree if the law is kung pababatin to sa public, it will be good for the public. Okay. Next is we have tax legislation. So when I say tax legislation, it's about creating a law. We are trying to create a law. Fine. Basahin natin. All appropriation revenue for taxes originated exclusively on the House of Representatives. Sabi ko kanina, gagaling to sa House of Representatives, and the Senate may propose or concur with the amendment. So, pwede mag-agree yung Senate or dagdagan nila ano yung mas maganda. And the tax legislation, the power should have the power to veto any particular items in an appropriation, revenue, or tax bill, but the veto shall not affect the item or items to which does not object. Okay. Next, we have no law granting any tax exemption shall be passed without the concurrence of a majority of all the members of the Congress. And no law granting any tax exemption shall be passed without the concurrence of the majority of all the members of the Congress. And every bill passed by the Congress shall embrace only one subject which shall be expressed in the title thereof. So, gusto ko lang itong matandaan yun. Originally, galing sa House of Representatives yung law, and once the House of Representatives created a law, the Senate considered the or the amendment, and it would be passed to the judiciary to formally create the law. The judiciary. It is the court of representative. And we have nature of taxing power. We have office. It's serious. What is this? The comprehensive, unlimited, and binary supreme. Okay. So when you say comprehensive, the law should be understandable. Madaling intindihan, and unlimited naman, the law can actually impose a tax ng malaking percentage, nag-100% pa yan. But it is subject to inherent limitation. So, inherent limitation again, and the constitutional limitation. Okay. So, the inherent limitation, we have acronym, the PNICE. Okay? Tumatawa na naman kaya mga open-minded naman kayo. So, this is easily agad the place nyo para madali nyo itong matandaan. So, we have the limitation of taxation. So, number one, the public purpose. The exemption of the government, the non-developability of power, the international committee, and the cytosine passage. So the public purpose is, again, that will serve the people. Okay? Public purpose for the general welfare or promote social justice. And the primary purpose is to raise revenue, again, and secondary is to for regulation and other secondary purposes. And as your regulation, we have martial law doctrine, Ohm's of doctrine, and Philippine Supreme Court. And martial doctrine, this means that the power to tax is the power to destroy. However, should be exercised with caution to minimize injury to the proprietary rights of taxpayers. So we have excisable articles. We have tobacco products, heated tobacco products, flavor products, cigarettes. So these are three excisable articles: the wine, distilled spirits, and fermented liquor. So these are the Marshall Doctrine. Again, just remember that the power to tax is the power to destroy. The House Doctrine is the power to tax is not the power to destroy, whether discard sets. And the Philippine Supreme Court naman is that the legislation has the power to destroy, but it should exercise with caution to minimize injury to the proprietary rights of the taxpayer. Okay? And the other secondary purpose is for welfare redistribution, okay, and encouraging measure and economic protections. Diba? Once the government collected enough taxes, they will distribute the revenue to the full Philippines. Para, again, they are promoting equality and equity among its people. And what are the difference between tax versus fee? Ang tax po ay revenue and fee po ay kasama regulation. Remember that. And exemption of the governments. The government is not subject to tax, and the government may choose to tax itself. So what are the reasons? Number one, the administrative feasibility and transferring from money packet to another. And the government will need more money to pay its tax liability to the government. Bakit hindi kailangan natin sila in tax? Number one, because again, administrative feasibility, the government recovered the tax. So, nonsense naman kung sila lang yung ginagawa ng batas, kukulit naman pa rin sila ng sarili nila. And the other reasons are already stated. And non-delegability of power naman, when we say non-delegability of the power to tax is exclusively exercised by the Congress. So, it cannot be passed yung duty nito. For example, kayo ba, pwede pa kayong gumawa ng batas? No. Okay. Only the Congress will have the right, exclusive lang sa kanila yung paggawa ng batas. Exemption, the President, okay? I know you're familiar with this, di ba si Donald Trump gumawa ng tariff, yung pag-impose ng malalaking tariff sa iba't ibang bansa. Because they're encouraging people to buy their own products. Sarili natin lang yung product na dapat bilhin, sarili nilang mamamaya. And LGUs naman, we have the local taxes. The LGUs can take their own law. For example, yung professional, they can collect taxes from the professional. Yung mga registration fee sa mga local business. That is for LGU. Meron din tayong mga sun and travels tax and other LGU tax. And administrative agencies, they can create ordinance. And you have international committee. Again, when we say international committee, these are the tax breaking and hierarchies of laws and doctrine of sovereign equality. So, the doctrine of sovereign equality, foreign governments are exempt from Philippine taxes. Just remember, the government are not taxable because they cannot tax themselves. So, there are foreign government. The foreign government are also exempt from Philippine taxes. Why? Because there will be a tax treaty. When we say tax treaty, there is an agreement between two sovereign states and to eliminate the double taxation. So when we say tax treaty, for example, di ba, yung kinataksay na, paano kung may mga Pinoy tayo sa ibang bansa at nagtatrabaho at sabi ng China, huwag na natin sila tax. Bigyan ng tax. And the government here in the Philippines also had Chinese citizen na nag-work din dito sa Philippines. Ang sabi ko nila, what if, since hindi naman tinatax ng government ng China yung mga Pinoy, hindi na kinatax silang tatax. So there will be some agreement between the two countries. And hierarchies of law. We have constitution, duties, and law. Then there is a constitution, there is a treaties, and there is the constitution in five divided first. Next is the treaties, and next is the documentation. And the constitutional limitation is a defense. So, compared to language, for in-person for non-payment debt for both rights. Not impairment application of contracts. Due justice, legal protection. Freedom of religion and exemption from RPT of churches. Instead for non-profit religion and institutional freedom of speech that rests equitability and uniformity within taxation. Again, hindi ka po makukulong kapag hindi ka nagbayad ng poll tax, yung community tax, and also the debt. So, anong gagawin mo? Maghutang ka na lang po forever. Di ba? Kaya bakit hindi kinukulong? Kasi pag kinulong yan, paano pa yan makakahanap ng paraan para sa pagbayad ng utang? So, not impairment naman ng application of contracts. So, there should be no breach of contracts. Once you are signed on the contract and the due process, pag sinusunod tayo ng due process, because procedural due process, we have noticed an opportunity to do wala naman tayo dumadaan sa due process, even ang criminals. The criminals are also undergo din sila ng due process. Para maging fair din, pinupa tayo ng lawyer. And substantive due process naman, there should be a valid law also want to valid purpose. And equal protection. So, ano ba yung requisite natin? Valid classification. It should be applied to present and future condition. So it should both exist na. Dapat yung equal protection, dapat din sa ngayon and sa future. And apply equally to all members of the same class. So they're promoting quality and must be germane to the purpose of the law. So it must align with the law and must be based on the substantial distinction. And we say double taxation, and there is indirect double taxation and indirect double taxation. So again, you say double taxation, the subject matter is tax. Nadadoble yung sa kanila. Double taxation in this instance was several occurring just on the same subject matter with the same place or jurisdiction during the taxable period for the same purpose but the same tax methodology. Tax essentially of the same character or kind. And we can have any person again, then natin. For public purpose, what is the basis for the taxation? We have benefit and procedure, aka the doctrine of symbiotic relationship to taxes and civilized society. And similarities of inherent powers, we have relief, we have restriction of rights, equivalent of compensation, legislative in nature, inherent and crucial and indispensable. There should be a restriction of rights. Again, the parliament is problem. They are right to speak in their right it's not good for them. So, equivalent compensation naman again for eminent domain, di ba? Once they're taking property, they will pay a just compensation to the owner of the property. And legislative in nature, it means that the Congress can only have the exclusive rights to create the law. And inherent because of the two things, we have life, that doctrine and necessity theory. The government cannot exist without access. And the necessity theory means that the government should collect enough taxes in order for them to serve the people. And should be crucial and indispensable for them. That's it for our concept for the general topic on concept on income taxation. Thank you for watching.